Hello, as you guys are listening to this, tonight we have the Ted Jones Comedy Show at the Moxie Chelsea Hotel, 105 West 28th Street. Check the link wherever you're listening to this podcast, YouTube, Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. But without further ado, let's get to the freaking episode. What's up, dude? Good to see you, Chase Durousseau. How you doing, buddy? We're freaking live, so watch what you say, dude.
We're live. Done. Man, empty my pockets real quick.
What's in your pockets?
Just, like just some medicine and
Oh, medicine. Medicine, you mean weed.
And headphones. Yeah,
I like that. Wait, dude, where are you from originally?
I'm from Houston, Texas, my guy.
Is it legal in Houston?
Where's the camera at? That
Smoke
one?
Nugget? That one right over there.
Houston, what was the
If
question?
you want to put on those headphones, see how you're sounding, you don't have to wear them, but you should be sounding good.
Aesthetically, let me get used to not doing it.
All right, cool, dude. Well,
I'm gonna do it because you seem like you want me to have it on.
Bro, it's okay. I just like you're more. I feel like sometimes if we're both wearing headphones, then we're both in the zone.
We're both in the zone.
You know what I mean? Yesterday, Chase Durousseau was on the first annual Ted Jones World Neat Burger Eating Contest. So, bro, thank you so much for doing the show. You were hilarious.
May I just say what an honor and a privilege it is to be recognized by you and your motherfucking brand.
Love that, dude.
Of which I'm a fan of. I saw the logo.
You,
I'm like, me and this guy are friends for real. Like I've only interacted with you maybe a couple times, but I'm like, you know what? I get that vibe.
I appreciate that, bro.
We would have been playing GoldenEye together and shit like that. For sure.
Dude, the blue game on N64.
The blue game?
I love how it was blue.
What's the blue game?
Well, when you put it in the N64, the game was blue, remember?
I think you're thinking about a different game.
GoldenEye 007.
It was blue?
Maybe it was actually black. Like 007 might have been black.
I think your parents bought you bootleg video games.
Yeah,
because I was a gray ass cartridge if ever there was a gray ass cartridge. Dude, I think
actually, you know what? I'm gonna pop it up right here.
No. You're thinking of like Nightfire, one of those other 007 games. I'm talking about GoldenEye. You're talking about like Nightfire. You're talking about one of those EA games. Yeah, GoldenEye's the original one. You're talking about one of those later N64 games.
Well, you're a man of many hats, correct?
Maybe. I mean, I used to. So. I don't like hat. I like to. I'm cool with this head.
No, but I mean like stand up. Did you ever do theater?
Like in middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You strike me as a very theatrical kind of comedian.
I love that. I'm just naturally, people think I have like singing and theater and all
so much,
sorts of
otherwise
stuff.
it's gonna make a little bit of noise.
Sorry, you know what it is? I'm a texture guy, and I love the way this feels.
Do you want me to unplug it?
So no. Do you have like a box I can hold? It feels like this just feels amazing. It feels like a Rubik's. It's like a Rubik's cube or something. It feels good. It feels good.
But anyway, like you were saying, so how was the journey from Texas to New York? When did that happen?
That happened. So it's a long, all over the place journey. I started off in Houston for like the first 30 years, and then I went to LA, and I lived there for like 7 years, and then I go back to Houston and take care of my parents and stuff, and then I went back to LA, and then there's something about the East Coast. I just feel like I can hear and see myself on stage a little clearer, It also, I grew up watching a lot of movies, so maybe it's because I grew up watching Ninja Turtles and Home Alone 2. I just like romanticize, the city. I think it's so beautiful, like the architecture and the trees and the people have this energy about them where it's like I'm looking at the characters, so like they're just like, what do you want to watch on Netflix or something, and everybody's like they're totally different genre. You know what I mean?
Being in New York, walking down the street, just seeing
people in general, like everybody's in a
totally.
This guy's in a drama, that guy's in a comedy. You know what I mean? That guy's in a political thriller. Everybody's in a different thing, and I feed off of that energy.
And you know what?
It's just so exciting.
You'll see a lot of those different types of people, especially like at a comedy show. On a random night, you'll
1,000%.
see somebody sitting in the front who's a financial advisor, and then maybe in the back somebody's a dog walker. Where like if you go to a show, I don't know, I'm being just a random place in the middle of the country, a show in Kansas, chances are you won't have that diverse of a crowd.
Not that diverse. Yeah, something about this is the bar from Star Wars for sure. Yeah. Like this is, we're aliens for sure. Like there's just people from other planets talking to each other, interacting with each other. You know what I mean? Like this guy has a store that specializes in meat.
Maybe this is weird.
And
I'm generalizing, but growing up in Texas, you know anyone who like saw aliens? Speaking of aliens.
In
like
Texas?
UFOs, yeah. I feel like it happens in just big
people. The kids with stepdads. A lot of stepdads saw some shit. Stepdad saw some shit.
Sense, yeah.
Stepdad with a mustache saw some shit for sure. Also, I would say, Latinos, I've always had a ghost interaction, like the women. Something about ghosts love Latino women like aliens love white guys. You know what I mean?
What was your experience like going to Texas high school? Was it like one of those schools with thousands of kids?
So many kids. I don't know what the number is, but I went to a very, very diverse. So I lived outside of Houston on the east side, and I went to North Shore.
What was your neighborhood called?
Sherwood Oaks. I grew up in Sherwood Oaks. Very Robin Hood shit.
How was your high school experience?
It was fun. Like a mixed group of people. Everybody was there. I feel like I was quiet in high school, but I would always like throw some zingers to the loud kid. Like, you know what I mean? Or I'll just try to make my friends laugh. Like I didn't care so much about making everybody laugh.
Were the sports teams really good where you went?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were the champions for all that stuff.
Oh, so you'd go to like the Friday night
No, I didn't participate. No, I participate. So in Texas, we all are trying to get to the nearest place that we can get to where it's AC and a bunch of people hanging out. So I was in the movie scene where we just go to the movies every weekend.
Theaters.
So
you
like
go to the mall too?
I was a mall guy.
Damn, that's super
guy.
suburbs, right?
Super suburbs, bro. Super suburbs. By the way, can I just say the mall, props to Spencer's Gifts and that entire legacy out there, because I think a lot of people would go to Spencer's Gifts and you figure out exactly what you're into, like sexually, when you walk into a Spencer's Gifts. So just looking at those cards, bro.
Growing up in New York, we didn't have any Spencer's Gifts. I only knew about it just going from sleepaway camp, and kids from other states knew about Spencer's, but I never experienced it. What kind of stuff do they sell there?
Dude,
I feel embarrassed that
the closest thing to like goofy borderline sex toys, but also like they would have like birthday cards that would have like muscle dudes, big chicks, bikini chicks, like, you know what I mean? Like as a kid,
like gag gifts, or
yeah, like as a kid you knew what you were, but also had like, it was the original. You've been on Hot Topic before?
Yeah,
Hot Topic's kind of close, so it also had a little bit of Hot Topic vibe going on. Like that's the only place you can get Chucky merchandise at. You know what I mean? People that were into Chucky, that's where you had to go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So a lot of horror movie stuff, you know, cool stuff. Ren and Stimpy stuff was at Spencer's Gifts. You know what I mean? All the stuff that we were into, you could kind of get it. It was sort of designed for like 13-year-olds, like 12 to 14-year-olds. Like, we're gonna have all the shit for you in here. And I think they did like research, and of all the stores in a mall, people stayed in Spencer's Gifts the longest because it just was so eclectic and it had so much cool, weird stuff. Whoopee cushions.
That's not still the case though.
If they're still around, I haven't been there in a minute, but
yeah, it seems like Walmart has just had the longest legacy, like within the last 30 years. But like kids never really hang out in Walmart.
Walmart's aren't in malls though.
Yeah, true. But I feel like we would just get kicked out of Walmarts. I never did, but like I feel like that was something.
Where
that
are you
happened.
from?
I'm from New York City.
Y'all didn't have a lot of Walmart. Y'all don't have a lot of Walmart.
I moved here when I was 6 weeks old.
But of course New York couldn't handle a Walmart. Y'all can't even handle a restroom without a key code in the front. Dude. So why would you want people to hang out at Walmart?
And any store that's around for longer than 10 years is like a lunar eclipse or solar eclipse, whichever one happens last.
Yeah.
Spending 7 years in LA though, did you find it to be pretty similar to Houston in the way that you moved around each day? Or it was different?
Yeah, very similar. So like I was used to like sort of living 30 minutes away from everything where everything was popping off. So similar vibes to that. And yeah, very similar as far as the transportation goes. You know, you needed a car, not too big of a difference. You know what I mean? I had, you know, my car would break down every now and then, and I went to Bus World. I'm like, I gotta get this car fixed now.
What's
you know
Bus
what I mean?
World?
Getting on a bus.
Oh! I thought you meant like that was a
no. Who Framed Roger Rabbit spoke the truth. You know what I mean? Like as far as like they didn't have any like. He was gonna, you know, create the freeway and fuck shit up, and that's exactly what happened in LA. They used to have a good, you know, public transportation system.
Yeah,
and they made
and then
cars.
Oil fucked this up. I think.
Yeah.
And how long have you been in New York?
Since 2019, November 2019, pretty much.
Oh damn! So as soon as you moved here, for the most part, or I guess not as soon as, but like a year after, it was COVID. Do you want to go back to LA?
Did I want to? No. I liked it out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like being super quiet.
I was in an ultimate dead world. Well, I was in. So I didn't get the memo. So I moved here. I moved to the Bronx first, and I didn't realize how far away it sort of was from everything. So I was in Throg's Neck, which was like way out there by the water, but it was so fun. Like my favorite people in the world are the people in the Bronx. Bro.
How'd you find that spot?
I had a girlfriend that lived in the Bronx, so I was
randomly.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, you moved over here, and she was already here.
She was already here, and I was like, I'm coming to New York. I need a fresh start.
How'd you guys meet?
After a show
in New York.
Yeah, like in Jersey.
So you went to you had been coming over to New York from LA for a while performing.
Performing. Yeah. I was like, I've opened for people a lot on the road. People like, I'm a fun.
Dude, we know.
I'm a fun dude. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, I like to go to bookstores, and I like to eat. You know what I mean?
What's your favorite bookstore in the city?
Here?
Wow. Yeah, that's a tough question.
The one I haven't been to. I just love the most random.
You've been to the Strand bookstore.
Been to the Strand.
Naturally.
Been to the Strand.
New York Public Library.
This is the type of bookstore I like. One, like, old guy or woman working there. Shit stacked way the fuck up, out of order.
About every book.
It's a treasure hunt. You're gonna find books that something got signed, something isn't signed. I like a book where you open it up and somebody wrote a letter to somebody on the opening page. That's a find to me.
All right, let's dig into this. How many books a year are you reading? Are you doing like one a week?
Reading. I just like buying them and telling myself I'm gonna read them. What are you talking about?
You see all these books?
Yeah, you read any of those?
Nope.
It's like art. It's like art. I just here's the thing. I'm happy just looking at the options of what to watch on these streaming services. I don't necessarily want to watch something all the time. I just like knowing, like, okay, there's some shit there.
And you know what they say, you can't judge a book by its cover, but I get a lot from the covers of books in a good way, you know?
For sure.
Like, even that Jerry Seinfeld.
May I just say, the stack
book
right here, every font is just so boring. The Seinfeld stack, like the fonts.
Well, how about, can you see past that tennis racket a little bit? Those fonts aren't so fun either. I don't know. I think they're pretty.
You have like better help fonts. You have a lot of stuff. But then here's the thing about those. Sometimes those books, you can read the back or read the first chapter, and it's like, oh, I get everything that you're about. Like, and that counts as reading the thing.
It's also kind of like when you see a TikTok clip or you see an Instagram reel, and you're like, oh, all right, that motivated me. I'm good. Yes. You know, you don't need to watch 100 more of them.
Exactly.
You see one of them, and okay, it'll stick with you for 2 weeks. You watch another one, you're good for a week. Yeah, I think that's well said.
You're doing it right. Well, I think that counts as having read the book. Now the thing you got to do is, if somebody expressed interest in one, you just give it away. It's like, yeah, take it. It's yours.
Dude, I love your socks. I love the way you dress, man. I love your outfits. You really do look like a classy guy. I heard you talking about you being a suit comic.
Yeah,
which is funny.
No. I'm a suit nigga. There's a difference. I'm not a suit comic.
Okay,
you know what I mean? I do this even when I'm not doing comedy. You know what I mean? I check the mail in this. I go to the museum in this. Walk around downtown in like a suit, whatever. Watch what happens. You can go to any 5-star hotel and use the restroom immediately.
So definitely. But how's your body temperature then throughout the day during the summer?
Yeah, I run hot anyway.
Okay.
However, I was like, this is like, you know, if you get a suit that says travel tech, like nowadays suits are in the future. So you can get like a very thin suit that doesn't look that thin. And what that does for you is, it's designed for, like, you know, people that ride their bikes on the way to work. Like, you know what I mean? Like people in Japan or whatever. Maybe some people here in America do the same thing. You know what I mean?
You ever been to
Japan? I just love wearing cufflinks, man. You know what I mean?
Those are nice. Are those pearls?
I don't know what they are, but you can go to any vintage place or whatever. They'll have some vintage cufflinks, and I love looking at the vintage cufflinks. I don't know. It feels like how Batman would put his gloves on. You know what I mean?
I'm be honest with you though. I think it's easier to have the buttons. Is it not? I mean, yeah,
it is. Like a nice but also, I've never been like a jewelry guy. Like I've never, you know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I think my mom bought me a necklace once. I was like, it wasn't for me or whatever. But this feels like there's something about just like that one little piece of jewelry.
Yeah, because people are pretty into cufflinks.
I guess I'm a cufflink guy.
Do you ever speak to someone who's really into cufflinks?
No, I don't find them out there.
That's fucked up.
I don't find them out there.
You should have connected with someone who's like really into cufflinks, and then maybe they gift you their cufflinks, like the book club.
That would be amazing. Club. Yeah. I mean, I'm cool to interact with people like divorcees love to come up to me like, can I tie your tie? My husband never lets me tie.
Oh, but the bow tie.
Yeah.
Which is like on a different level.
It's a different level. And I've never even tied it before. I'm waiting for the right divorcee to be like, you know what? Sure, go ahead. Knock yourself out. You know what I mean? But I've never... I mean, I can go to YouTube and figure it out in 4 minutes. It's not a big deal. But
do you ever get uncomfortable though wearing the suit?
I like looking like I just walked away from a wedding that exploded. You know what I mean?
Like as a wedding crasher?
No, like I was at the
not explode. What do you mean exploding?
Like it blew up or something. Like there's always this, you know what I mean? Like just a little disheveled or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the party ended, but I was out all night. You know
I asked about Japan, or I was gonna ask about Japan briefly. You ever been there?
Yes.
How was it?
It was cool, but I didn't go to Tokyo. I went to like Osaka or one of those places. It was a blur. I have been around a lot, and it was like I used to travel a lot, so I don't
like backpacking travel, or why were we traveling?
Like opening for people, like I opened for Joe Coy. We went around the world a couple times.
Oh, I knew that. That's dope.
Nuts,
That's
dude,
really
to do that with. But it's also
this
like
guy's sold out like MSG, right?
Yeah, dude, of course. We're just like eating and sleeping, and you know what I mean, waking up and then hanging out at malls. It's so much fun, bro. Like that's the coolest motherfucker, bro. And his whole squad is cool too. His sister's cool, her husband's cool, his ex-wife's cool. Everybody's cool. Just a cool vibe. You know what I mean? And that's healthy to hang around people who are a good vibe. You know, every place is the same in a way, but then some things about them make them special. You know what I mean? Like Hawaii, rainbows everywhere. It's insane. Nashville on a Saturday night. Get out of here.
Yeah,
that's like one of the people sleep on that. I'm surprised Nashville isn't as much of a tourist destination as Vegas is. You know what I mean? Just go downtown on a Saturday night. Like music is a part of the culture there, and it feels good. Like when you go to the Village, you know, comedy's like there. You know what I mean? Like it's the same as with Nashville. Like just everybody loves music. I remember we went to a bar in Nashville, and like you know, like in Texas, the closeout song would be like Journey, right? Like a lot of places. You know what I mean?
Don't stop.
When the place is closing down, that's the last song they play, and then the lights go out, right? Or the closing time, right? Depending on what type of bar you're in. They did Proud to Be an American.
Well, at least I know I'm free.
And everybody was singing. I mean, like thugs, Japanese, Yakuza guys, cowboys, like business people, like, you know what I mean? Hasidic people, like everybody was there. And I'm proud to be an American. So fun. Like it's just, you don't even know the words of the shit. You know what I mean? But everybody just felt it. It just feels spiritual, places like that.
Did you go to college?
Yeah, some college.
Where at?
San Jacinto College North. It was like next to my house in
Texas?
In Houston, yeah.
So when did you leave Houston? At what point? When you were like 30 years old?
When I turned 30, yeah.
What were you doing in between the time that you were in college and 30? Traveling for comedy? What were you doing?
Just traveling. Like once I fell in love with comedy, I was just in my car doing it all the time. Driving around. You can fly around Texas. There's so much Texas road work in the South because you're going to Louisiana, popping a show here, Oklahoma, whatever. Texas, so much fun.
What was the first time you did it?
The first time I did it?
Yeah.
What do you mean, the road?
Comedy.
Oh, shit. When you were November 6th, 2006.
Oh, my. Yeah. So that's like election day. Theoretically,
probably
November 6th.
Probably, yeah. And I told myself because I was always like kind of sad around my birthday. Like, I'm not doing anything. Yeah.
Oh, that's your birthday?
Well, November 5th is my birthday, but I was always kind of like, you know, I'm not doing it, I'm not accomplishing anything or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this for myself. I'm gonna do stand up. That's my birthday present to myself, and I did. I was like, oh, this is great. I loved it.
Was it like a huge show, a big open mic that they had in Texas?
They had an open mic at this place called the Laugh Stop, which was like
that's a good name.
Legendary. Like it was like this club that like people were recording their albums there and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. I just loved everything about it. So it was fun.
What movie did you see that made you want to come to New York?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, just what movie? Every movie that ever came out.
Like even Home Alone.
Even all that shit. Home Alone 2, the Ninja Turtles movies.
Yeah. The underground subway turtles.
Just the Ghostbusters. I mean, what the fuck? You name it. Everything comedy. Coming to America. You know what I mean? Like, amazing. You know what I mean? Like, you went to Queens.
I don't know if I've ever asked a guest this, but growing up in New York City as I did, what do you think I was maybe missing from my childhood? Growing up in this robust city with everything going crazy all the time.
I can't tell you what you missed, but I can tell you that for me, going to church was like a real part of existence in Houston, if that makes any sense. Because
did you go to a megachurch?
Check it out. So my mom went to a Methodist church, a regular black Methodist church, and my dad went to a megachurch He went to Lakewood. So I would see that juxtaposition. And then during the week, you hang out with friends. There's people that are like other types of Christians where they go to church like on Wednesdays and shit like that. So
they also go on Sundays too?
Yes. So if I'm hanging out with a friend, sometimes like, hey, we're going to go to church. And I would go to their church on like a Wednesday. So I got to see all the different versions of like Christian churches and Catholic churches, and everyone just a totally different genre. And it's fascinating. But what I like about the mega church is I feel like that one is the most, or like just a non-denominational church. It's as similar as stand-up, because they always have like a guest spot, and it's like somebody from a smaller church that comes and gets to try their sermon out on like this crowd. And I'm like, it's a very similar world. And I think that's something that when I started putting on the suit, that I was like, this reminds me of my childhood, like just getting ready to go to church. It just feels like a very similar.
Are there different ideals that are being preached in the mega church and the Methodist church, or is it everything just so much more grand at the mega church?
It's all, I mean, mega church takes a lot from that the Baptist church would have a lot of times, which is like they'd have like singing and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it was a very musical celebration of just sharing a vibe.
Your parents are separated?
Separated.
So did you have to go to church I guess you'd go to a different church every Sunday? Is that
every Sunday was a different church.
All right, that's pretty dope.
It was pretty dope. So, you know, if everything's 10,000 hours, I think I put in a lot of show hours just watching shows. You know what I mean? Like just watch it, because it's when there's a click that happens, like this is the same thing. Like it's the same as it's a show. You know what I mean?
Crowd
like,
work.
It's a crowd work. It's a presentation.
How do you feel about guys like Joel Osteen, who've made hundreds of millions of dollars?
Joel Osteen?
Yeah, like from a mega church.
Yo, keep crushing it, dog. Like that's the same. I mean, you're like a rapper or a singer or whatever. Like make that money, bro. You know what I mean? Make that money, bro. Your people are connecting to it. That's the thing about the best thing about America is you can sell whatever you want to whoever you want, and if people latch onto it and you're talking to people, talk to people. You know what I mean? Make some people's days. You know, people need stuff. You know what I mean? That's the path that we chose. You know what I mean? We're on the side of, you know, yeah, we're consumers in a way, like, you know, you got some books and stuff,
cufflinks,
right? But then we're also selling like our vibe. Like, do you want more of this? You want more Ted Jones? Bro?
Yeah, yeah. You want a little taste? Want a little more?
Yeah,
Get you follow along. Get you $5 off.
That's what I love about this. Like this, like I don't even feel like we're on a show. Like we're just having a conversation. Yeah. Like this is who you are. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude. I appreciate that.
Those hours, bro.
Did you? I don't know if you can answer this. Did you have a gun growing up?
So
in Texas,
my dad had guns.
Like rifles ready to go.
Yeah, and when he died, I feel like I inherited Batman, because I got all this weaponry, bro. No. I had fucking AKs, oh my god, like guns aren't even like the Dirty Harry gun, a 38 special with fucking red. Here's the thing, like there's guns with like the red dot that where you point and you see the red dot. This motherfucker had a red laser beam that came out and you could see.
So he must have been purchasing guns consistently throughout his life.
Of course,
because you don't want people to step on your land.
Of course, but I knew I was like, look, I'm going to New York, so I just gave my cousin, buddy, take the AK. Take the AK.
So what is he doing with it?
Who knows? You can go out to the shooting range and fire it off a little bit. It's like fireworks. It just pop, pop, pop. It feels good.
That's crazy, man. I'm going to a wedding in Wyoming, as I said, but I'm going to the gun range. I don't think maybe I've done it one time, but I don't even remember. So I guess I'm looking forward to shooting the rifle. But
anytime, fun shooting the rifle. What it feels like, just the pow, the feel.
Dude. Like anytime there's a rap song that comes on, they're like, I'm just pop, 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 you know.
You know?
Anyways, I was saying about doctors. People ask a penis doctor, hey, I got this cough in my lung. And then the penis doctor is, well, take some Robitussin. Like, what? The penis doctor doesn't know what's going on with your lung, right? But you seem to ask the doctor just doctor questions. And the doctor will usually try and answer it.
That's true.
Sometimes annoying. Well, I love doctors for the most part, but like sometimes that happens.
It's the same thing. We get it all the time too. It's like, oh, you do comedy? Tell me a joke.
Yeah. Tell me a joke. Why don't you freaking send me a Venmo, pal? Then I'll tell. I probably won't tell you a joke, but why don't you get it started? Fire it up. Right. I'm like, for free? I literally say that now. Right? Girls on dating apps ask me, so you're a comic? Yes. Tell me a joke. What's your favorite joke? Come to the Ted Jones Comedy Show, and then you'll see my favorite joke.
Right.
Babe.
Also, you're asking me to heal you without knowing what's ailing you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's
Literally.
like doctors be healing people, we be healing them.
Exactly.
They
That's
heal
what we know
us
what's
when it's
going
a good
on.
crowd and you're having fun. That they're
Yeah.
healing you because you feel like you're being
this
your
is-
authentic self.
This is a good one. Do you have a memorable moment in comedy where you were like so high up? Because, you know, being in the industry, you have a lot of highs, have a lot of lows. Do you have a moment where you were so high at the peak where you were like, wow, this is the best moment in comedy at this particular point? I think you touched on it maybe previously.
all the time and awesome.
All the time.
It's more about where, if I arrive, if I feel like I'm being my authentic self in the moment, I love those moments. And it's amazing how many times that happens when I'm not recording or my phone runs out of space or whatever. There's always, you know what I mean?
Like yesterday, bro, I think you had a few.
I tapped
spurts of
into
that.
it for sure. Yeah,
Were
I
you
definitely
recording
tapped
or
into
no?
it. Of course, no.
Yeah, I think you tapped into it.
I tapped into it. Yeah. It's fun when it happens, and it's like I need to do more of that, or I need to, you know, it's more about have I arrived than, you know, like I don't care, like, you know, we can't go up and care about wanting to please them. You know what I mean? Like you do to a certain extent, but the primary objective is, are you being your authentic self and having fun?
To jump on that authentic self, did you ever have a moment in your life where you were like, I'm not being my authentic self? Was that before November 6, 2006?
Oh yeah, there was like definitely a long string of years when I did stand up, and you know, sometimes you're just doing material or doing stuff that you wrote, but I was having fun the whole time. But then just the more you mature and the older you get with it, and your goals sort of change, and it's a fun thing to sort of be at your side and an ability to be next to you, to be able to go up and just talk to people.
But why did you feel like you were not your authentic self at that particular time, or were you?
I think, like, if you ever deal with like sadness or trauma, like both of my parents died, and I was just going up because it was the one thing that felt normal to do. So it gave me exactly what I needed, but I wasn't like necessarily tapping into how I felt, or, you know what I mean? Like just being able to riff as much as I do now. That came with being comfortable on stage. You know what I mean?
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah. That happens. But you know what I'm saying? Like you've had, sometimes we have bad days and you have a show and you go up and do the show, but then I guess sort of understanding how you can tap into that you're not having the best day and still do a good job is incredible. And it feels really good because people can see when you're going up and just being fake. You know, they know something's not right and they can feel it. And then being able to just tap into some sort of honesty and just to be authentic, I think is everything. That's sort of the search. That's the journey. That's what I'm into. You know what I mean? I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. You know, even if I'm having a bad day, like, let's go.
Does weed help you kind of mellow out?
I think so.
That helps me.
I think so.
I use it kind of like as my Adderall.
So I love that. I probably started like in September, and I would just, you know, sometimes it's fun to do, like, say you're doing like a show, like a good low stakes show, whatever. Just like you said, like medicinally.
How do you mean though, low stakes?
One where you can just go up and be free and there's no pressure. Like I have to do a great job,
Like
and this is going to make or break my career.
watching.
Yeah. Nothing's going to make or break the career. It's fine. Just go up and have fun. But I don't know about you, but I like the way I feel like an hour after I smoked weed. That's my favorite. That's a good time to start talking to strangers and being yourself and stuff, you know, because you're not overthinking. You know, thoughts can be intrusive. Sometimes, you know, anxiety is the number one killer. So just whatever gets you relaxed, especially you're being an empathetic person. You're talking to a group of people who sometimes they're inebriated or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't do it all the time, but sometimes it's good to do it for like a month and take a month off. You know, I'm on and off,
Okay.
on and off. I'm not.
Were you ever like that with drinking?
I never really got into drinking because I like good poops. I like to poop good. I don't like tummy aches.
It constipated you? I just always feel like
just something didn't feel like
Crazy.
great. The morning didn't feel. I never liked the morning after. And I'm kind of a morning guy.
Yeah, you're up ready to go. I can see that.
Yeah.
You wake up early?
I wake up relatively early. I mean, my body gets like 4 or 5 hours sleep.
4 or 5?
Sometimes 6. I don't know. Here's what it is. I'm a 4 or 5 hour sleep guy. But then once a month, I'll sleep for like 15 hours, like 10 or 15 hours.
Ask. Do you ever sleep for 8 hours though, or no?
Rarely. 8 sounds wild.
Bro, 8 sounds good. That's crazy.
It does.
Well, I guess it's just some people.
You know what I need? Like, I need to have some darker blinds or some shit. I can figure it out.
Super cold in the room.
It's got to be super cold. It's got to be super dark.
Yeah.
I like that. But then that thirst kicks in. You want some water.
Yeah, that's true, bro. Wake you up in the middle of the night. Absolutely. And they say that's normal, by the way, guys. So don't worry about if you're waking up to pee in the middle of the night. Twice, because that's usually what I do.
Twice. Oh my God. I like when you go back. I love that. Do you ever go back to sleep and continue the dream that you were having?
Oof. I don't know. I don't know if that's happened in a while, but every single time I'll get up, I'll go to the bathroom and then go back. Like, that takes that whole process takes maybe a minute and a half. I'll get right back into sleep.
You timed it good. At the middle of the night, sit down to pee, stand up to pee. Middle of the night.
Stand up and I'll put my hand on the wall. And then I'll put my face under the faucet and just go, considering we're in New York and you can just drink from the tap.
The tap here is so good.
Dude, it's
People sleep on the fucking tap here. The only other place that has
one of the better things about New York.
Second best tap I've ever had. Oslo, Norway, number 1 best tap. This is number 2, but close to.
Is it just straight from a glacier in Norway?
That's what it tastes like, bro. That's what it tastes like.
Just go on the glacier.
Yes.
Go.
It tastes like the sweat on an angel's clavicle.
It's like I've been down in Florida, man, and I'll just forget that the tap is just not good anywhere else. I just go, and I'll just be more dehydrated.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
The water here is great.
Unreal. Everything about New York.
I like when the water pours fast. I like drinking out of water. I like drinking out of high pressure water. Like when the water's like white and it looks if that faucet can shoot it out.
Yeah.
Cartoonishly fast.
Nice pressure.
That's my favorite. Something about that against the lips, against the teeth. Something about that.
Since we're talking about water, weird-ish segue. I don't know, but like the past 2 months, bro, I've just been taking nothing but cold showers.
You've done that.
Nothing but. Like
I'm
no
dabbling.
hot water.
I'm trying to get there.
It's fucking hard, but once you get it, dude.
Out the gate cold, or do you start off warm and then get to cold? You walk in cold as fuck. Dog. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's fucking nuts.
Is it?
Yes. And dude,
do you hit the back
today.
with it too in the cold? Okay,
yes.
That's some white guy shit. We need our pores opened up to shave. Like that's fucking crazy.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Maybe next time.
You sure you want to do that? You don't?
But
think about
no,
that?
I think it just keeps it.
I mean, you can shave after, and then you can open up the pores. You get like a hot towel or something if you need that stuff. I mean, you look fine. You don't need that stuff, but
yeah,
me, I like to, I enjoy the entire journey of getting ready.
The shower and the face.
You ever play music in the shower whilst you shower? Listen to like Drake or Sinatra. Same vibe.
Drake.
Same vibe.
And Sinatra, yeah.
Same vibe. Same. He's talking to the same dude. They're both talking to the same dude.
Well, who's the dude?
Dudes like us.
Oh, I thought you meant in the song. We're both talking about the same chick in the song.
But they're talking. Yeah, they're talking to people like us. They're talking to you know what I mean.
Single bros.
Young professionals.
Are you single?
Yes.
Right now? Okay.
Yes. They're talking to young professionals.
Young bros. What were we talking about before we got to that? Cold showers. Okay. Have you said you've been dabbling or trying it out?
At the tail end of the shower.
Yeah. Let's go. That's what guys have been doing recently.
At the tail end of the shower, I feel like I'm in a fucking waterfall in the jungle, bro, and just get that cold in just for a few seconds and then I turn it off.
Oh, you don't go back to hot? No. So you end at difficulty?
I end it difficulty. Cold's on the way out.
True. Yeah.
So I test myself and I'm trying to get it, being able to be under it longer and longer and longer to where I crave the cold. Like you don't crave hot shower at all? Never?
Well, no, within like the last 2.5 months, no.
I got to do more research and I got to ask my acupuncturist about it. Cause I'll tell you this much. I feel like Western medicine, they always be about the cold.
Like Wim Hof. You ever see this guy?
I know about that Wim Hof. I've done that. I've held my breath. I've done that. I did that first one. That was wild.
Oh, you were doing those. You were on the ground and you go 3 deep breaths. Is that it? And
Whatever. I did the walkthrough. on YouTube.
How long is that video?
The OG, maybe like 20 minutes.
And for those who don't know what the shit we're talking about, what's the walkthrough? Like, what are the steps?
The beginner steps, I don't know, like you hold your breath at a certain point, but the hard part is when you breathe out and then hold your breath. I'm like, wait, I gotta breathe in before I hold my breath. Breathing out and then holding your breath. Breathing out and then holding your breath, 1,000 times harder than breathing in and holding your breath. For me, what do you think?
I don't know. I've never really done the breathing exercises. But
then what are you doing with the Wim Hof?
I just know of him.
Oh,
and I just take cold showers. That's all.
Yeah. It's almost like what do you call it? The breathing that women do when they're having kids or whatever. When they go to the class or whatever.
Oh, it's like moose.
They take like a class. It starts with an M. Oh, what's the name of the thing? Let's not Google it. Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out live. We're gonna figure this out live. What's it called? Is it even an M? It's called
not like moose breaths.
Okay, so a woman gets pregnant. She takes the classes. And the class is called what's it called, dude? Come on, man.
Yeah, come on.
Lamaze classes. We had that M. I was like,
and that easily could be 2 words. It's not, but it easily could be LAMAS or whatever. Okay, nice work. Nice.
We did good. Nice. I love when that happens. I love when that happens. Fuck Google, bro.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? Like my dream has been just to like, you know what? I'm not going to Google for an entire year. And I just want to be that guy that calls people and is like, hey, what's this thing I'm thinking of?
You know what? That would also help if you got the calendar that has a different word on it every day. I have one of those, but I haven't changed the day in fucking weeks.
What's the last word it was on?
I don't know.
Magnanimous.
Yeah, right. And I don't even know. Perspicacious was actually
perspicacious.
Like, which is you got to plow through.
What does that mean?
Don't let anyone stop you.
Does that mean you're anti-sweating or you're
nice? Oh, because you precipitation? No, that's what's when you sweat when you
when you perspire.
Perspire, yeah. Anyway, perspicacious. It's like nothing will stop you. And shit.
Yo, that's the name of this episode. I know that much.
The Perspicacious Boys.
I love that.
It's freaking lit, man.
Ted, are you an only child?
No, I have 2 younger sisters. Are you an only child?
Yeah. You have 2 younger sisters?
Yes.
So you're the oldest one? You're the older brother?
I'm the older brother.
How long were you an only child for before they came along?
I guess like 3.5 years. 4 years.
I like that. Netflix account. Is it yours and you share it with your sisters or whose is it?
Good question.
Whose is it?
It's my dad's.
It's your dad.
I have my own Amazon Prime account.
I love that. Sometimes I go on Netflix and it'll be like, hey, we need to make sure you're the original account holder. Can you check your email? Can we send a thing to your email? And I'm like, not today. And then I'll go back the next day and Netflix is like, hey, we're just fucking with you, dog. Come on in.
Dude.
And it's like, I already have an abusive relationship with New York City. I have an abusive relationship, obviously, with comedy. You know what I mean? Like all this financial abuse. And now I'm getting it from Netflix. Like they're liable to make a motherfucker snap.
Question, Chase. Is that a bit of yours yet?
Should it be?
Yes. That's hilarious. Netflix is like, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Watch whatever you want.
Next day.
What's your email? Come back in an hour.
Yeah.
We were just fucking with you. What do you want to watch?
I'm like, what are they? Why are they? I mean, and don't get me wrong. I'm happy when I go back in there and I get to like taste the fruits of the labor of my ex-girlfriend's account.
Bro, like signing your name in and password. It's an extra 2 minutes that we humans, we're becoming less patient. You know? I think that's just the natural flow of life.
Yeah. I'm like, do I want them to send an email to my homie? You know what? Fuck One Piece. Not today.
Yeah. That's his name.
It's the name of the show.
Your boy's name is One Piece. He wears like a one piece suit. That's why you call him that. Yeah, I don't know. Man. Bro, so what was your favorite part of the event yesterday? Besides your hilarious set.
I mean, honestly, man, the moment when I woke up, I really enjoyed it. Like, because sometimes it takes you a second to arrive, but when I arrived, I just appreciate the colors, your vibe, what you were doing. You know what I mean? I mean, like at first when I got there, it's definitely a world. We're out there.
Fucking doing
I was gonna say something. If I, here's what I need. You ever watch Kenny Powers?
Yeah, he's hilarious. Eastbound and Down.
I need an assistant.
Yeah. I feel like your dynamic with an assistant would be TV worthy, would be funny. So maybe it could be a show. Maybe it could be a show.
I need somebody to tape me, bro. Like if people tape me, it would be a wrap, bro.
You know what?
Or just a good camera. If I just get a good camera, I'm in the market for a good camera. I want some shit that looks nice. If you recommend something, I'll make it happen. Just recommend me a good camera. I actually watched the video from the Ted Jones World yesterday. Yeah. Looked beautiful. Yes. That's exactly what the vibe. I'm like, there's no lies here. This is the vibe. This is the squad.
One thing I want to say, when this is like a few months ago, I saw you and I think a video came up on my reels. It was fucking hilarious. Like you were in a street interview and there were a couple of other comics. You were like, I can't remember exactly what the lines were, but it was like, oh yeah, well I just put cream cheese in my butt. That was not it, but you're like, yeah, just stick a finger in my, what the fuck was that?
Oh my God. By the way, Harris Alterman is the funniest one of the funniest motherfuckers you're ever gonna see in your life. If I ever had a deal to like make a movie, I'd be like, I want him to have first props on directing it. That dude is so funny. I just read whatever he told me to do. I had no idea what the sketch was. I just trusted that dude was funny. What was the line,
if you remember? If you can say it.
I think he asked me what's my favorite place to eat in New York City, and I was like, I just like to go home and shoot purple ketchup into my asshole. Great.
Yeah.
And it was like, bro, it's so funny. Hilarious. And people clip that video and send me TikToks of like other people, or it's like just me saying that line, and then it's like a video game surfboarding or whatever.
Yeah, or it's like somebody's using the audio and just they're doing something else.
Yes. It's wild. It's wild. Yeah,
that's a funny clip that I saw you on.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate. Don't thank me. That's Harris Alterman. You know, he knows how to. That guy knows how to direct me. You know, it's the same thing as comedy. When I arrive, it's a wrap. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You got anything coming up that's exciting that you're looking forward to?
I was thinking about going to a meditation retreat. I was thinking about going to a meditation
and like do
retreat.
ayahuasca.
I don't know if that's happening, but I wouldn't be opposed to it if the timing was correct.
It's a chapter.
It needs to be a chapter of the book.
It's a chapter in the book.
My ayahuasca phase.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I think you should do it.
All right. I'll Google it. No, I'll ask somebody. I'll ask you in deeper questions about what that world is. Because I think I've heard I've never done
ayahuasca.
I've never done that. You know what I like to do, to be honest with you? I like taking just a little microdose of some shrooms.
Oh, okay.
And then laying on the grass in the park and looking at the motherfucking clouds and chilling out. And it's called grounding. But you know what I tried the other day? I did it without mushrooms and it was fucking amazing.
Grounding?
You don't even need the mushrooms, dog.
You put your feet on the grass?
Grounding does it. You put your feet and your hands on the grass. You just lay on the motherfucking grass. Wear shorts. Do whatever you gotta do. As much of your skin that could be on the grass as possible. Bro, the earth charges us up in an amazing way. Just on the grass, on the dirt. If you can get on the dirt, grass, bonus points. You know what I mean? Maybe concrete does something. I don't know. But I'm saying my experience was with grass. Motherfuckers that go to the beach get it all the time too. I think sand works too, but there's something about the living breathingness of grass. You know what I mean? It's like we're stepping on lesser beings.
And we lose sight of that being in New York all the time. Who the fuck is that?
I ordered Taco Bell. Black beans, because I know you're vegan.
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know who that is, seriously. I didn't order any packages. I don't have anyone.
I don't know who it is.
You sure? You didn't order Taco Bell? Maybe it was the guy next door. He fucked up. He's like, oh shit, dude, I rang.
I'm the apartment one. Out. So you know people be ringing that one just because they're like, this motherfucker will pick it up, and I'm like, will I? Will I?
Yeah, they just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go like that in the line.
I think nobody gets it as much as one. One is the de facto male person for the entire building.
So coming up, though, you have anything exciting that you're looking forward to?
Shows and stuff?
Yeah, comedy wise.
Every night. I'm doing shows every night. I got 3 shows. I try to do 3 shows every night sometimes. But I'm really looking forward to actually like sitting down and editing a clip and putting some stuff out there. I'm excited to start doing that. Tapping into that world.
Nice.
Get the camera. I think it's time. But I'm one of those people, I've always wanted to cook. I'm like, I'm just going to cook for a few years. You know what I mean? And I blinked and really 17 years rolled by. Yeah. So, but I want to start.
It's the patience.
But I was like, I wanted to cook. I feel like this is a great city to be able just to do that and just to, you know what I mean? Get some spots, hustle some spots, go up, work on that thing that we do and celebrate our vibe and the vibe of the room and just be honest about it, right? Make it fun. Have fun. People are empathetic. How amazing is it? There's some shows you can't necessarily win, where you're not going to get the laughs that you want or the claps that you want, because some audiences, sometimes they just don't necessarily have it. But how amazing is it that when we show up and have fun, like we genuinely, not even faking it, are having fun, people jump on board. And it's about that sort of connecting. But before we can do that, we got to connect with ourselves. And I'm so fascinated with that mental journey. You know what I mean? I don't know. If there was a pill that would let you connect with yourself, I would totally get people being addicted to that or whatever. Well,
because a lot of people, for the most part, aren't really connected with themselves.
Yeah, people doing
things that they don't like doing.
People like to escape, and I guess the thing about the ayahuasca, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to escape reality. I want to be able to face reality and deal with it the best way that I can. So I love the term like a spiritual journey. You know what I mean? Like I love taking just, to the right amount. That's the spiritual journey. I don't want to leave reality. I want to make reality my bitch, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit Eckhart Tolle says, you know what I mean? Like you control your thoughts, you control the world. You know what I mean? You control your world. You know what I mean? So, and you're not your thoughts, but you gotta control them because they're just thoughts.
Do you watch any motivational stuff? Read anything motivational?
I mean,
Goggins and shit.
I've seen some stuff as I've scrolled through. There's a Bruce Lee interview, that black and white one. That's, you know what I mean, with the Canadian guy. That's absolutely. I'll send it to you. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm into getting what works for me and then celebrating that and putting it out there. But there's tons of cool stuff to read out there. Just anybody who you like their vibe. Look, the library's free.
Do you have a favorite book?
Fucking free. I don't have necessarily a. Well, ooh, that's a good question. Favorite book. I'll tell you the next book I want to read and not really read. I like a book that's when it's an audio book written by the author. I love that. Where it's like where the audio book is read by the author.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And I heard Matthew McConaughey wrote a book.
Oh, wow. And
that's got to be great.
He's just doing
that's got to be great.
It just feels like a well thought out scripted podcast, maybe, the way you'd listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to read that. I want to read that.
He's a big Texas guy.
Yeah. You ever read The Stranger from Camus? No. I like a good 90-page ass book. It's a good one. It's a good one.
Is it scary?
No.
The Stranger?
The Stranger. It's a
thought provoking.
It's like a philosophical type. You know what I mean? It's a lot. There's a lot going on. But it's also 90 pages. You want to be a friend? Let somebody borrow a 90-page book because they're gonna finish the book. You know what I mean? Listen, and I can also only finish a book. I like to listen to like a movie soundtrack or something while I read the book, and I can tear through the book. Like listen to the soundtrack to Amelie. Listen to a video game soundtrack. Instrumentals. Listen to the Uncharted soundtrack. Whatever. Just whatever book you're reading, having just that little bit of sound going on in the background, like just some score, like an instrumental thing going on.
Do you use white noise when you sleep?
If you count the loud ass window AC that I have on, yes.
Yeah, I do.
Yes. 1000%.
Damn, Chase. This is freaking flown by, man. All right, dude, before we get out of here, Chase, you got anything to tell the viewers and listeners? It's maybe a unique thought.
Is that where they're at right there?
That's where they're at. Down the tube.
Closing thoughts. This motherfucker here is real. I like that. This guy knows what's up. You know what I mean? You got your shit together. You know what I mean? Like I like everything about this dude. You know what I mean? Like you have the vibe of a dude that got canceled, but he got away with it and he didn't. And then like, oh no, it was all bullshit. He's like a cool dude. You know what I mean? And I enjoy that about you. You know what I mean? Among many other things. You know what I mean? You remind me that we're all Saturday morning cartoons, baby. You know what I mean? Like
I love that. Be your inner child, right?
Be your inner child. Tap into it.
And I think you represent that. Yes, you represent that very well.
Listen,
being
I need
a child, but also being an adult.
Bro, I was talking to this girl who said she wrote her inner child a letter and that she did something fun for the inner child or whatever. You know what I mean? Very funny comic, Veronica Garza. Check her out. I need to do the opposite. I need to write adult Chase a letter and be like, bro, can you please open some of this mail and pay these bills? Can you please eat a salad today, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think you got to communicate with your inner child and inner adult daily, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You
Chase Durousseau, you're the freaking man. We're popping up your Instagram right here, so please let us know where we can find you and how to spell that Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram, and I swear to God, I'm gonna make a link tree tonight when I get done with my stuff,
bro,
so that you can get on
it's
there.
Thursday as we're releasing this, so it's up. Ready to go? The link tree's ready to go?
No, I'm talking about Thursday. Listen, I know how I procrastinate. Tonight, the link tree is going live, baby.
Chase Durousseau, this guy's freaking hilarious. Catch him all over the city, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.